If you're a real estate agent and you're still writing your property listing by hand, I need to show you something right now because there's a free AI tool that rewrites your listing using actual buyer psychology. More inquiries, higher prices, and it takes about 30 seconds. Let me show you. So just before I show you the screen, quick context. There's a platform called WorkPilot. It's available at workpilot.us. It's completely free to sign up, no credit card, no subscription, free. And now it has over 20 AI tools built specifically for business professionals, salespeople, marketers, founders, analysts, and real estate agents. Today, I'm walking through one specific tool called the Listing Studio. And honestly, this might be one of the most useful things I've ever seen for anyone in real estate. Let me show you exactly what it does. I want to say one more time, WorkPilot is absolutely free. It has over 20 professional AI tools. It's available at workpilot.us. But okay, let's get into it. You can see once you're inside, you can get access to all the tools right here. And now I'm in the Listing Studio section. This is what you land on at the headline right at the top. It's a listing that sells faster, more inquiries, higher prices. Psychology, optimized property, rewrites, tailored to 16 buyer types. The world's biggest listing tool. So 16 buyer types. Let that sink for a second. This isn't just rewriting your listing to sound better. It's rewriting your listing to speak directly to the psychology of whoever is most likely to buy that property. A first-time buyer thinks differently than an investor, and a family thinks differently than a downsizer. WorkPilot knows and adjusts the language accordingly. And right here, it says, powered by advanced AI intelligence. This is not just a basic rewriter. This is a tool built specifically for real estate. And the best part is that it's completely free. Now, right here, you have two ways to use this tool, two tabs. So the first one is paste an existing listing, which means if you already have a listing written, you just drop it in here and WorkPilot will rewrite it and make it better. This is the fastest option if you already have something. The second tab is where you enter the property details, which means you give WorkPilot the raw information about the property and it writes the listing from scratch. You literally just fill in the numbers and it does the writing for you. I'm going to show you both, but let's start with paste existing listing because it's probably what most people will use first. So you have two fields here. The first one is the headline and it says current headline, 5 to 7 words optimal, max 10. So this is where you paste in the headline from your existing listing, something like spacious, family, home, prime location. WorkPilot is going to analyze that and rewrite it to be a bit more compelling and psychological targeted. Below that, in that big field is where you paste the body of your listing, your full property description, everything you've written about this property. WorkPilot reads all of it, understands the property, and then rewrites the whole thing. Now, I'm gonna paste in a real listing in a moment, but first let me show you the second tab. If I click over to enter property details, this is the second mode, and look how simple it is. You have fields for headline, and it says the AI can generate this for you, so you don't even need one. Then bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, price, location, neighborhood area, your build, key features, key upgrades, amenities, and then what makes this property unique or special. That's it. You fill in those boxes and WorkPilot writes the full listing. You don't need a single word of the actual listing copy. You just give it the facts and the AI does the rest. This is the most interesting part. You scroll down and you see the writing style section. 5 different styles to choose from. First one is signature, balanced, emotionally grounding. This is selected by default. This is your all-around style, warm, professional, appeals to a broad range of buyers. The second one is more aspirational, lifestyle forward, future focused. This is your luxury play. You use this when you want the buyer to picture their life in a property. It's perfect for high-end homes, property with a view, anything with a wow factor. And then you have precision, which is detail, reach, connoisseur appeal. This is for the analytical buyer. the one who reads every line, checks every specification, wants to know exactly what you're getting. The investors often respond to this style. The fourth one is practical, no nonsense, get to the point, features price, location, no fluff. This works well for budget properties and buyers who are just looking for the facts. And then the fifth one, AI Premium, it's deeply intuitive, feels like yours. This is the most personalized option. The AI adapts to writing to feel natural and unique to your voice. If you want the listing to sound like you wrote it yourself, this is the one. So you have 5 styles, each one targeting completely different buyer mindsets. You pick the one that matches your buyer, and WorkPilot writes that psychology. And then the big button at the bottom, analyze and rewrite, one click, that's it. So WorkPilot reads your listing, your property details, applies the writing style you select, runs it through its 16 buyer types frameworks, produces a rewritten listing that it's designed to get more inquiries and sell faster. Now I'm going to paste in a real listing, a real property description, and show you exactly what comes out to the other side. Okay, the output is in, and the first thing I want to show you before we even look at the rewritten listing is the section up here at the top. So the signal board, look at this number, 43 going to 83 plus 40 points. That's the score of your listing before and after WorkPilot rewrites it. Your original listing scored 43 out of 100. The rewrite scored 83 out of 100. That's nearly double the effectiveness score from one click. It's not just giving you a number, it's telling you exactly why the score went up. Let me walk you through what I found. So, for example, the emotional pool. The original scored 4 out of 10 and the rewritten one scored 8 out of 10. Look at the explanation right here. Emotional vocabulary in the rewrite now includes word present in your text, feel. The original listing had almost no emotional language. WorkPilot added it because buyers don't just make logical decisions, they make emotional ones. If your listing doesn't make them feel something, they scroll past it. The second metric, it's called generic phrases. So the original scored 6 out of 10 and the rewrite scored 9 out of 10. The note says generic phrases from your original sought after appear less often in the rewrite. Sought after, that phrase is almost in every listing, in every suburb, in every country. It means nothing anymore. WorkPilot removed it and replaced it with another language that's actually specific to this property. This one is really important, the call to action. The original one scored 3 and the rewrite scores 8. That was not in your original body, so that's weak. WorkPilot added a proper call to action that actually moves buyers to the next step. And right here, the full picture, 43 before, 83 after, so plus 40 points. That is what AI optimized listing copy looks like versus human written listing copy that hasn't been optimized. And right below the score, this button, adjust target market. This is where the 16 buyer types come in. Look at this drop down. This is the full list of buyers types WorkPilot can target your listing towards. And they are grouped into 3 categories. Life stage, first-time buyers, young professionals, growing families. Then the motivation, investors, flippers, upgraders, security seekers, perfectionists. The lifestyle, the last one is remote workers, eco-conscious, luxury buyers. So you have 16 types. Each one has completely different priorities. First-time buyer wants to hear about affordability, schools. An investor wants to hear about yield, ROI. A remote worker wants to hear about the home office and fast internet. And then a luxury buyer wants to exclusivity and prestige. So same property, completely different listing depending on who you're writing for. There's one more thing before the rewrite. This field right here, tell me what you want and I'll adjust the listing. It's amazing. This is a free text instruction box. You can literally type in anything here, make it shorter, add more urgency, focus on the garden, write it for a family with young kids, emphasize the solar panels for eco-conscious buyer. Literally, you can tell WorkPilot what you want and adjust the listing in real time. This is a co-worker, not just one-click tool. It listens to your direction. Okay, now the rewrite. And I want you to read this properly because the difference is significant. So the original headline was spacious 4-bedroom home with large garden, generic. It's descriptive, nothing wrong with it, but nothing compelling about it either. Now, the rewrite headline, family haven with large garden near CBD. It's specific. It speaks to an emotion, haven. It immediately tells you who this home is for, families, and it ties to a location benefit, near CBD. 2 selling points in 6 words. So now the body, the original opening, this well-maintained 4-bedroom family home is located on a quiet residential street close to schools, shops, and public transport. WorkPilot rewrote the opening like this. Space, sunlight, and everyday ease come together just 8 kilometers from the CBD. On a quiet residential street, this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home gives family the room to spread out and the convenience to stay close to school, shops, and public transport. So you have the same facts, completely different. Feeling, space, sunlight, everyday ease. These are emotional triggers. Room to spread out. That's family visualization. The facts are also there, but they're wrapped in language that makes you want to live there. Then we have the kitchen paragraph. The open plan kitchen and living area keeps everyone connected, whether weekday dinners or weekend catch up. The original just said open plan kitchen and living area. You know, WorkPilot turned it into a scene. Weekday dinners, weekend catch ups, more time for what matters. That's a family. Imagine their life in this home. Then the garden. You step outside to a large rear garden that invites backyard games, relaxed summer evenings. You know, these are specific visual emotional moments, not just a large garden. And then the close is important. If you're ready for comfortable family living in a sought after setting, schedule your inspection and see how easily life fits here. That's a call to action that actually makes you want to book. The original just said, an inspection is highly recommended. There's no desire in that. WorkPilot added desire. Here at the bottom, the advanced input and advice panel for section. So it found one generic phrase in the original that sought after, just flagged it. And then the headline words, body target, it's checking your listing against MLS standards. And then look right here on the rewrite, 211 words. Optimal 250 word target, MLS ready, under character limit. WorkPilot made sure that the rewrite fits the standard listing platforms. You can copy this and paste it directly into any real estate portal. And then we also have the Intel, Secure Investors Portfolio. WorkPilot is telling you what other buyer types might be interested in this property based on its feature. This is extra intelligence. If you didn't ask for it, but it helps you understand the full market for your listing. Okay, so let me just recap what just happened. I took a standard, well-written, but completely generic property listing that scored 43 out of 100. Pasted in a WorkPilot listing studio, I selected the signature writing style, I hit analyze and rewrite, and then WorkPilot gave me a new headline that speaks directly to families, a rewritten body that turns every feature into a feeling, proper call to action, and then a breakdown of why the score went up, and one-click adjustment for tone, length, and urgency. All of that from one place for free. And if you're a real estate agent and you're still spending an hour writing a listing from scratch for every property, you need to try this today. Go to workpilot.us, sign up free, no credit card, open listing studio, paste your next listing, and watch what happens. Workpilot.us is free, and the link is in my description.